Sikshayati, platform for eminent authors, engaging teachers, successful students. To know more, email. Refusal of acceptance of goods. Lawful refusal to take delivery. The buyer may refuse to accept the goods on valid reasons. Seller in default. Where the buyer lawfully rejects the goods, he has to give a notice of refusal to the seller within a reasonable time. On giving a notice of refusal to the seller, it is the duty of the seller to take back the goods, incurring all the expenses of redelivery. Until the seller takes back the goods shall be at the risk of the seller, even though the possession of goods lies with the buyer, as the buyer holds the goods of the seller in capacity of bailee. If the buyer fails to give due notice to the seller, the buyer shall be deemed to have accepted the goods. Wrongful refusal to take delivery. Sometimes buyer wrongfully refuses to accept the goods, seller not in default. Where the buyer wrongfully rejects the goods, the buyer shall be liable for damages for non-acceptance of goods and loss of such goods, even though the seller ownership of goods has not been passed to the buyer, as the goods remain at the risk of the defaulting party. Apart from damages, buyer shall also be liable for the expenses incurred on account of safe custody and transportation of goods. Example: Akash agrees to sell to Ajit 50 liters of fresh juice packed in bottles to be supplied by Ajit. The bottles were to be supplied by 10 am and juice was to be supplied in packed bottles by 11 am. Ajit neglects to supply the bottles and take delivery of goods. Consequently, 50 liters of juice extracted by Akash becomes unconsumable. Held, Ajit shall be liable for loss even though ownership would have passed to him only if the juice was filled in the bottles supplied by Ajit. Thank you for watching the video. Kindly write your comments. Click on the red subscribe button at the bottom of the video to get more details and free ebook. Email us.